on up in here. Here we go. Day 3. We're getting into it. We are going to hear from Wendy's ex-boyfriend. This poor man. That's how he's going to be known for a while, because we think Wendi might be on trial shortly. We'll have to wait and see. There's Dottie in the building. Shout out to Amazing Grace. I love you. Good to see you in here. Let's go ahead and skip ahead while they get settled.
Affirm the testimony
There
you're
we
about to give will be the truth.
Yes.
You may take your seat. You may inquire when you're ready, Steve.
I think that's how you spell it.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
I'm Jeffrey Lacasse. Pardon me.
Lacasse.
Jeffrey
All right, we spelled it right.
I'm an associate professor at Florida State University.
How long have you been at FSU?
Since 2013, so 11 years now. 12
She met
years.
him at work.
Have you always lived here in Tallahassee?
I was here from 2000 to 2008 pursuing my doctorate, and I went to Arizona State for 5 years, and I came back in the fall of 2013 when all this happened.
Okay. And back in that time frame, did you have a relationship with Wendi Adelson?
I did.
When did that relationship begin?
We started dating in late September of 2013.
Okay. What was the nature of the relationship?
At first, it was very casual. We weren't exclusive. After Halloween, things started to accelerate. That's the fall of 2013. And then by late February, early March, we were an exclusive couple.
When did the relationship end?
It's a little tricky, but I would mark it at around July 14th,
Okay,
2014.
Around the time of the homicide or shortly before?
Right before, yes.
During the time that you were dating Wendi Adelson, did you become aware of her divorce
I did.
and the litigation surrounding the divorce and subsequent to the divorce? Were you familiar with that as well?
Yes, it was a constant topic of conversation.
I'm trying to open it.
Were you aware that it was an unusually difficult or nasty divorce?
I was.
And during
'Cause
the
she made it
time
that way.
you were dating her, were you aware that litigation was still pending during that time frame?
Yes.
Was there a specific item of litigation that was a common topic during the time you were dating Mrs. Adelson?
Well, as far as what she discussed, there were multiple. The relocation motion had just been denied a couple months before we started dating, so that was still very much on Wendy's mind. That came up a lot. Then there were the custody issues with the kids, of course.
Okay. Did you know Dan Markel?
I met him briefly a couple times.
Was that in the context of you being the new boyfriend and exchange of the kids kind of
Exactly. Picking up the kids, swimming lessons one time. Never spoke to him for more than 2 or 3 minutes.
thing? The interaction that you did have with him, were those cordial?
It was polite and cordial.
Did you have any issues with him other than things that Wendi was telling you?
I sort of adopted the Adelson family narrative. I kind of believed what Wendi was telling me.
He said he adopted the narrative. Oh.
Wendi and I also had mutual friends from when I was here before, and they had sort of adopted that narrative as well. So I didn't have a personal beef with Dan Markel, but I did believe sort of the Adelson family story about Dan Markel.
Which is that he was making it very difficult for Wendi. He was a difficult person.
Yes.
If you know, did Wendi Adelson want to relocate to South Florida?
Yes, she did, very badly.
And why did she want to relocate to South Florida?
She preferred to be down there with her family. She also hated Tallahassee. That's in my original, police statements. It was almost a daily topic of conversation how much she disliked Tallahassee. So was both. She really disliked Tallahassee. She preferred to be in Miami. On our second date, she broke into tears talking about relocation and abruptly ended the date. I mean, it was still very visceral, very important to her.
All right, and that was shortly after.
Come on,
the
Jeff, you
relocation had
deserve
been
better.
denied, is that right?
Yeah, that would have been last week of September, so a couple months after it was fresh then, yeah.
Okay, and were you specifically familiar during that time with the litigation seeking to limit Donna Adelson's exposure
This
to
poor
the
guy.
kids, or to have her be supervised in the presence of the kids because Dan was alleging that she had made disparaging remarks about him to the children?
Yes, I was aware of that.
How
yeah.
did you become aware of that?
Oh, multiple ways. Wendy talking about it. And it's hard to remember which exact emails and motions
Wendy
I was
bitching
forwarded.
about it?
But definitely Wendy's talking about it for sure. And perhaps I was sent court materials.
Okay, were you also shown things in her presence?
Yes.
All right, and if you know, did Wendy take that particular filing seriously? Was she upset about that or worried about that?
Yes, every time there was a motion, they took it very seriously, and I'd reported to the police that it was disruptive on the relationship because every time something was filed, dates would get canceled, Wendy would be in a mood, Wendy would be upset, so.
When you say they took it seriously, who are you referencing?
The entire family, but Wendy was the person I was having contact with.
Right.
But it was known to me that the whole family was upset.
Okay, and how do you deduce that it's a they and not just a Wendy? Is she in communication with the family? Is she relaying that to you? How do you know that?
For multiple,
Also speculation and opinion.
Overruled, he may testify as to his personal knowledge. You're not to repeat, however, what anyone said out of court, Mr. Lacasse.
sure. So conversations with Wendy, which were consistent, and also observing the family dynamic, which was, I described to police as a family without boundaries, that sort of not having just a shared family life than your own.
This is an opinion.
Here we go.
As to opinion.
All right, so in your observations, let's keep
Starting
it
this
specific
again.
to Donna, if you
Yes.
don't mind. Was Donna Adelson very involved in her daughter's life?
Yes, absolutely.
Was she very involved in her daughter's divorce litigation?
Yes.
And I say divorce, I know the divorce was already final, I'm
Yeah.
referencing the subsequent litigation as well.
Yes.
Okay. During the time that you were in a relationship with Wendy, did you have the occasion to meet her family?
I did.
When was that?
I met Donna, we met her multiple times, but Wendy had me come over to her house and had me have dinner with Donna in mid-November. So sat down and had dinner with Donna. There's about 6 or 7 other occasions that we met and or interacted. Me picking up Wendy to go on a date, and the parents would be in the living room. We went to a Hanukkah party together. We went to the circus together.
That's sweet.
Wendy's parents would use Wendy's van to transport the kids, so I would come pick Wendy up from the house to bring her to work because the parents needed the car. I met Charlie in March when I stayed with him, so that's some of the interactions.
All right. And when you met Donna here in Tallahassee, was Harvey always there as well, or would sometimes be
I don't
Donna
believe Harvey was
alone?
there. I don't believe Harvey was there at that time, but he was there other times.
So did it appear to you that Donna was frequently in Tallahassee?
Donna was definitely frequently in Tallahassee between September and early May. After that, I'm not aware of her being in Tallahassee. Well, I think she was in Tallahassee quickly once or twice after that, but in terms of extended trips, there's an awful lot of moms here for a while going on between September and late April, early May.
And when Donna was here in town staying with Wendy, what was the purpose of the visits, if you know?
I think multiple purposes. The children was what almost everything revolved around, so spending time with the kids would be the main purpose that I was aware of.
All right. And you said you met Charlie. Where did you meet him?
Wendy and I went to, sorry. Wendy and I went to alternative spring break in Immokalee, Florida for spring break 2014. After we were done with that, field trip of sorts. We went and stayed with Charlie at his house for one night. So I spent one evening with Charlie Adelson.
All right, and did you interact at all with Donna and or Harvey on that trip?
No, they didn't attend. We didn't go there.
Did you ever spend time with Donna Adelson in South Florida?
No,
All right, so the only times you met her were here in Tallahassee.
that's correct.
What were your interactions with Donna Adelson like?
Just a few that I recall. Sometimes they were really quick because I was just picking Wendy up. When we had dinner, we talked for maybe 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, but it was pretty quick, and just getting to know the girl who I'm interested in, her mom, so it's just that kind of thing. She excused herself from the table after like maybe 10, 12 minutes, something like that. And so
Was that a conversation where it was just the two of you seated at the table?
it was
Just
Wendy,
the
myself,
two of them.
and Donna.
Okay.
Just a getting to know you type thing. Just
Okay.
ended fairly quickly.
What about Catherine Magbanua? Did you ever have an occasion to meet her?
I did. She was at the dinner at Yardbird that myself, Wendi Adelson, Wendi Adelson, Katie, and Charlie were at. Yeah,
All right, and that was the night that you spent in South Florida where you met Charlie.
correct.
Was that the only time you ever met Charlie?
Only time I ever met Charlie.
Okay. And do you know the date of that visit?
Believe that's March 11th, 2014.
And how was Catherine Magbanua related to the Adelson family?
She was Charlie's new girlfriend at that dinner, is how I knew her.
Was it your impression or knowledge that this was the first meeting between Wendi Adelson and Catherine Magbanua?
That was my impression. There was a lot of getting to know you talk type stuff.
All right, at the dinner table,
Getting to
did
know
the
you talk
subject
type
of Dan
stuff.
Markel come up?
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of specifics, but I think it came up kind of briefly. There was a lot of talk about Wendy's book. I remember that part.
And at the dinner table, did Catherine Magbanua's ex come up at all?
Yes.
Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, that stood out because Katie mentioned that she had her children's father was always getting in trouble with the police and had a violent criminal record. I'm paraphrasing, but it was it sounded like non-parking tickets. It sounded pretty bad, and it stuck in my memory for that reason.
What happened after dinner?
We went back to Charlie's house on Well Harbor.
All right, and did Catherine Magbanua go back to Charlie's house as well?
No.
All right, so at that time it would be just the three of you, Wendi, and Charlie?
And Charlie's then roommate, Dr. Jerome Obed.
Okay. And can you describe the residence there?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice house. Had a hot tub, had a pool.
Okay.
Gotta have the hot tub. Jeff looks like a hot tub guy.
Did you get in the hot tub that night?
Oh
We
yeah.
did get in the hot tub for a while.
Who all was in the hot tub?
Myself, Charlie, Wendi, and Dr. Obed at some points. And people were in and out, but those were the four that were in the hot tub.
And during that time, did Charlie Adelson make some comments against Dan Markel?
Yes, he didn't like Danny. That might be understating it. Yeah.
Is that the most you can remember? Was the gist was that he didn't like him?
I'm not downloading that exact quote at this moment. I remember he was fired up. It wasn't just like I don't like Danny. It was maybe a overprotective brother anger sort of vibe to it.
Okay. And did he make some other comment about wrong side of the tracks or something?
Yeah. He's kind of
Your Honor, hearsay.
Please approach.
Judge is sick of it. He ain't having it. Hearsay though? Come on, man. Let's see if we could skip ahead. What y'all think of Jeff's testimony so far? Got a sidebar going on, and we're back. Here we go. Except they forgot to bring the audio back in. There we go.
Objection is overruled. You may continue with your line of inquiry, Mr. Cummings.
Obviously, it's overruled.
Sir, do you remember the statement that I was referencing?
Yes, I do. There was a couple of statements in the hot tub.
Okay.
One was about the fact that Charlie knew people on both sides of the tracks, that he hung out with professionals, dentists, doctors, et cetera. But he also knew, was familiar and had social contacts that were in the criminal element. And he's kind of bragging, and he kind of specifically mentioned Cuban neighborhoods as a place where you would find that criminal element.
I want to ask you about an incident involving, I think the context is assessing Wendy's oldest child for gifted placement. Do you
Yes.
know where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, can you tell the jury, please?
Wendy was looking to get her older son tested to see if he was gifted to get him placed in school. This is spring 2014. And I was trying to put her in touch with some people that could do that. And we were talking about that, and she asked me when children develop autobiographical memory.
Is your training or profession such that you have some knowledge that you could offer on that topic?
Your Honor, he's not disclosed as an expert.
His experience.
You'll need to establish a foundation as to why this testimony could be given by
Talk
this
about his
individual, Ms.
experience.
Stephanie.
I'm not offering it for its truth, Judge. It goes to Ms. Adelson's state of mind and motive.
Very well. As to that purpose, I will permit it. However, as to that limited issue only, can this be considered by the jury?
So, I mean, you're not an expert on children's autobiographical memories, are you?
Not really. That's in some of the textbooks I teach out of, but I think I can keep it out of the scientific realm and explain it commonsensically, which is how I responded to Wendy. Children at age 2 have amnesia, which most parents probably realize. Between 3 and 4, kids start to develop the ability to retain memories.
Jeff, this is expert testimony.
No, it's
As to
not.
a specific thing that goes to the state of mind of the individual you are testifying about, Mr. Lacoste, you may speak. As to your knowledge of any literature or research on this matter, I do not need you to testify on that matter.
What is your profession? What is your background?
I'm a professor of social work. I teach mental health courses.
Okay, so Wendy asks you what?
She asked me when kids develop memory. At what age would kids start to remember what happened to them when they were a kid?
What was your answer?
I think I said 5 or 6.
Again, this is expert testimony.
Overruled, Mr. Zalman, sit down. He may testify concerning not the truth of the matter asserted, but how this affected the state of mind of Wendy Adelson.
Your Honor, this has not been disclosed to the defense.
Please approach.
It's a part of his testimony. It's what he said. Dang. Like, can we get through this witness already? Oh man, they sent the jury out. Y'all know what the judge is about to say. This is gonna be good. I usually don't like to listen to these because we're trying to watch it as a juror, but I don't see what the big deal is here. I'm trying to skip ahead. Oh, the judge is about to send him on break. Dang, man, Jeff was just cooking.
Kettleman, how long do you think it will take to find this portion of either the deposition or material provided in discovery?
Maybe another 10 minutes, Judge?
Very well. We'll take recess then until 9:40.
Yeah, if it was brought up and his testimony's been heard, and this part of his testimony's been heard before, what are we doing here? All right, here we go. Let me know what y'all think of Jeff's testimony so far too.